There's only really one thing that you need to do to make regular sales on Amazon KDP, whether that's publishing low content books, medium content books, or puzzle books, or colouring books, or anything like that. And it's this idea of taking something that's doing well, looking at this particular book, a particular niche. Let's just say that it's these kind of cozy colouring books that you see. You know, the square kind of colouring books. Now you take one of those particular books, right, and you just make it better. Yeah, you just make it better. And then that one thing, that one thing will distinguish you from all the competition. Yeah. So as soon as somebody comes and looks at your particular book, they'll be like, wow, that's different to what I've seen before. And now you've got a chance to make a sale, right? So let's just think of another one. Let's think of what should we put in here? Let's put in journals for teens. Journals for teens. Right, so we've got a load of stuff here. Let's have a look at this. Look, the anxiety toolkit for teens. Let's just go down. Oh, here we go. So, self-love journal for teen girls. So let's just click on this. Right. So this book is doing pretty well, isn't it? Right. It's got kind of over 1,000 reviews. Let's have a look at its bestseller rank. Just pull this down here. It's got kind of like 5,900, right? Which means that it's selling loads. It's doing really well, right? So why would you then basically make another version of this? Yeah? Do something different. Make it different. Yeah, so self-love journal for teen girls. So we had, for example, the other day, there was a meeting notebook, right? But what did someone do? They put colouring into that as well. So why don't you could potentially do a self-love journal? Look at it's literally as simple as this. Look, it even shows you what's inside. If we just pull this down, oh, it doesn't show you what's inside there, but it will show you inside here. So this is obviously like a printed book, which isn't Amazon KDP, but still, if we have a look at this, we can just see that it's kind of like a guided journal, yeah. But why don't you have a guided journal? But it's the same sort of thing, same sort of keywords, but now you've added a colouring book section, yeah. And that's just an example of something that it just kind of pops in my mind. But the main thing is having a different outlook on what you're doing, right? And then you've got a chance. So that's all really I've got to say about the one thing that you need to sell regularly on Amazon KDP is just having a USP, yeah, and never copying something that's doing well, because copying something that's doing well, why would, like, this is what I never get my head around this, right? Is that, let's just say that this book is doing well. Yeah, it's doing really well. It's the bestseller in a category. If you brought out a book which is very similar to that book, right? Why would your book sell more than theirs? They've got all the reviews. They've got all the history. So it would never sell more, would it? So you've always got to do something different to have a chance to potentially get that off the top. Yeah, so it's literally just as simple as that. Now, what I was thinking is, why don't, if you are a self-publisher and you want to think of ideas of how you can kind of distinguish your particular book that you're making, why don't you join my group? Yeah, I'll put a link to it in this video description. Or why don't you send a message to me on, or put a comment on YouTube or something. Get in touch with me and sort of say, I've got this idea. Can you think of something that I could do to potentially, change it, give it a USP or something like that, right? And I'm not going to say, go away, mate. Go away. I'll sort of see if I can come up with something. We might come up with something good. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's what that's the offer. There's an offer there to anybody. Okay. So this was short and sharp, this video. If you like the video, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Okay. Now, remember, if you want to know a little bit more about the way that I look at publishing on Amazon KDP, low content, medium content, puzzle books, activity books, colouring books, I've got this profitable low content system which will show you how I do it. Okay. And, it's for anybody. It's for kind of people who've got no design skills, complete novices. It's for everybody, yeah. And so all you got to do is just kind of follow it, and by the end of the course, if you follow it to the letter, you'll start making money on Amazon KDP. So go and check that out, and I will see you in the next one.